So today I'm gonna film a leopard gecko care video. This is my first gecko that I ever got. His name is Speck. And when I got him, I really didn't know much about them. So I definitely learned the best things for him by making mistakes. So yeah, let's get started. One of the main things is always gonna be for them heating, because they're a desert animal, so they like their hot spot to be between 85 and 95. And I always get like a nice big heat pad for the bottom of their tank, because they don't need UVB lighting, so it's not really necessary. So just get them a good heat pad and put a hide box over the heat pad so they can have a hot spot to hide. And then you'll want the other half of the tank that doesn't have the heat pad to be cold, because they always want a cold side and a hot side. And then you'll put a hide on that side too. And then I always try and put one in the middle with something moist in there for them to shed. And that's the best thing. And I found that the best substrate to use is always going to be paper towels. They're easy to clean. They can stay moist for a long time if you just spray them. Always keep their water bowl clean. Give them fresh water every day. And we feed ours every other day with mainly mealworms. These kind, you get them at PetSmart, any pet store really. And I dust them with calcium that contains D3, because since they don't need a UVB light, they're not getting any vitamin D from the bulb, so you're going to need to feed it in their diet. For a treat, they really love superworms, waxworms, every once in a while. You have to be careful and really make sure you dust their insects, because they can get metabolic bone disease and it'll stunt their growth and hurt their joints and stuff like that. But they're overall really easy to take care of, and if you handle them a lot, then they actually become really, really chill animals, like this one here. He's about a year old now. He'll probably get a little bit bigger, but he's just a high yellow normal leopard gecko. And the size of the tank, so we keep them in a 20-gallon, and that should be good for the rest of their lives, really. As a baby, you could get away with a 10. We had them in a 10-gallon until they got about 6 months old, and then we moved them up. But you have to make sure that they have a moist hide or someplace to shed, because they can get stuck shed on their toes a lot and they'll actually lose their toes. So that's one of the main things that you have to keep an eye out for. And yeah, they don't like too high of humidity. So you can miss them sometimes, but they don't really need it. And I found, since we cohab them, which means you keep more than one in a tank, you have to make sure it's either a boy and a girl or multiple females, but never put two boys together, because they're just gonna fight. And then if you do have a male with a female, they're gonna breed nonstop every breeding season. So you have to make sure that there is an egg box, which would just be like the moist hide in there, so that she can find it to lay her eggs in, and then you can just take them out after they're laid and take care of them that way. We actually have 4 eggs from him as a father now, and they should be hatching within the next month or so, which is pretty cool. But yeah, these are definitely my favorite reptiles so far. They're just so easy and so cool. Like, they just want to hang out all the time. And they're very curious about things going on around them. Like, they love to be up on a high shelf so they can see what's going on in the room all the time. And they're just very curious little guys, and we really love them. So just make sure you have their heat up and that they're worms or crickets, whatever you want to feed them. They don't eat any fruits or anything, but just insects, worms, crickets, wax worms, super worms, stuff like that. Just make sure it's all dusted so that they can grow up and be healthy and strong like this little guy. If you do cohab them, you'll probably want to get a bigger tank, more like a 40-gallon. Just when they're fully grown, because they really feel like uncomfortable in bigger tanks when they're really small. So what we do is just upgrade their tanks as they grow older, but they're really not much work at all. But yeah, this is my leopard gecko care video. Thank you guys for watching.